When Teyana Taylor stepped into that club, she just wanted to vibe, maybe sip a drink or two, and forget about the whispers that had been floating around about her and Pierre. But the universe, or maybe pure drama, had other plans for her that night. Before I spill exactly how a simple parking lot argument turned into hair flying and blood dripping, let's rewind this messy timeline so you can fully understand how we got here. Teyana, as everyone knows, has been through her fair share of public heartbreaks. Her split with Eamon Shumpert was messy enough to keep the blogs fed for months. And just when people thought she was done with relationship drama, whispers about Pierre popped up out of nowhere. At first, it was innocent, or at least it looked that way. Industry insiders claimed Teyana and Aaron met while working on a small film project. They vibed on set, exchanged some flirty jokes, and apparently stayed in touch even after the cameras stopped rolling. Now, for most people, that's not a big deal. But here's the kicker. Aaron wasn't exactly single at the time. He had an on and off girlfriend who was just as petty and fiery as Teyana herself. And trust me, she wasn't about to let her man get snatched by a bigger celebrity without putting up a fight. While Teyana played it cool, focusing on her work and posting cryptic IG stories about energy vampires and protecting her peace, Aaron's ex was fighting invisible battles online. She dropped shady comments, reposted breakup quotes, and even went live a few times ranting about fake industry chicks who pretend to be friends while stealing your man. Even though she never mentioned Teyana by name, everybody knew who she was talking about. Fans split immediately. Some were defending Teyana, saying she could do way better than a mid-tier actor. Others were eating up the drama, egging the ex on for more tea. Fast forward to last weekend. La nightlife was in full swing, and this hot new rooftop lounge had its grand opening. Celebs, influencers, and thirsty paparazzi all in one place. Teyana shows up with her girls looking unbothered, hair laid, outfit snatched. Aaron was there too, but they didn't arrive together. From what people inside the club say, they didn't even talk much at first. But guess who else decided to pop up uninvited? Yep, the ex. She came in with her cousin and a few friends, pretending she just wanted to have fun. But folks close to her said she came with one mission: to confront Teyana face to face. And y'all, that's exactly what she did. Inside the club, things stayed chill. Teyana kept her distance, taking selfies, dancing, doing her thing. But the ex was circling her like a shark all night, whispering stuff to people, glaring every time Aaron glanced Teyana's way. At some point, the ex tried to approach her near the bar, but security stepped in and told her to chill. That should have been the end of it. But petty people never know when to quit. Around 2 a.m., the club started emptying out. Teyana's crew decided to leave through the side exit to avoid the main crowd and the paparazzi waiting out front. But unfortunately for her, the ex spotted her slipping out and followed her straight into the back parking lot. It was dimly lit, cars pulling out, bouncers nearby but not really paying attention. What happened next felt like a scene from one of those reality shows where someone flips a table. Eyewitnesses say the ex stormed up to Teyana yelling all kinds of insults, calling her a homewrecker, a snake, saying she ruined her life and stole her man. Teyana apparently tried to walk away at first. She told her, "Girl, go home. You embarrassing yourself." But the ex wasn't hearing any of that. At this point, Aaron himself was still inside trying to settle the tab. He had no idea these two were about to tear each other apart outside. The ex kept recording Teyana on her phone, hoping to catch her losing her temper on camera. Well, she got exactly what she wanted, and more. One girl who witnessed the whole thing swears the ex pushed Teyana first. It wasn't some tiny shove either. She got right up in her face, called her a family destroyer, and shoved her shoulder hard enough to make her stumble back. And that's when all that calm Zen yoga energy Teyana's been posting about flew straight out the window. Without even thinking twice, Teyana swung her purse, which, by the way, was this huge heavy designer bag with metal chains. She clocked the ex right across the face. The ex screamed, dropped her phone, and lunged back at Teyana. At that point, the bouncers finally noticed and tried to break it up. But these women were going at each other like wild animals, hair pulling, nails digging into skin, screaming, a whole mess. Someone in the parking lot had already whipped out their phone and started recording. You can hear people yelling, "Yo, chill. Y'all going to get locked up," but neither of them was backing down. The craziest moment though, Teyana apparently landed a punch straight to the ex's nose. Blood started dripping everywhere, on her white top, on the pavement, on her phone that was still recording from the ground. When security finally ripped them apart, the ex was crying, holding her nose, and yelling she was going to call the cops. Teyana, meanwhile, was fixing her hair like nothing happened, telling everyone she got what she asked for. When the police did show up, both women were separated and questioned. At first, neither wanted to press charges. The ex was mostly worried about her nose and trying to get sympathy while also yelling at Aaron, who had finally run out to see his situationship in shambles. He was literally begging them both to calm down. Poor guy was caught between a furious ex and a girlfriend who just whooped someone in public. Once the cops made sure no weapons were involved, they let everyone leave but warned that if either side filed a report later, it could turn into assault charges real quick. Teyana's team was tight-lipped after that. They whisked her away and she went radio silent on socials for about a day. But of course, the internet never sleeps. By morning, that shaky parking lot video was everywhere. TikTok edits popped up within hours, complete with dramatic sound effects and freeze frames of Teyana swinging her bag like a warrior princess. Twitter had hashtags like #ParkingLotBeatDown and #NaughtyAnna trending before sunrise. Some people were praising her. Finally, a celeb who stands up for herself instead of hiding behind PR statements. Others were dragging her for stooping to that level. She could have just walked away. She had nothing to prove to that ex. The ex, meanwhile, tried to milk the moment by going live with tissues up her nose, crying about how she was traumatized and how Teyana ruined her face. To make this whole mess even more complicated, she's now threatening to sue. And not just for small claims, we're talking medical bills, therapy sessions, lost brand deals, and basically everything in between. She's demanding Teyana pay up big time, turning this personal drama into a full-blown legal battle. But here's the wildest part. Word on the street is she's also shopping exclusive interviews to tabloids, ready to spill every dirty secret she knows about Aaron and Teyana's sneaky link moments. It's like she's turning her pain and bruises into currency, buying herself a bigger spotlight while dragging everyone else into the mud. So what did Teyana do amidst all this chaos? Honestly, she responded with pure queen energy. No tears, no public apologies, no frantic explanations, just straight-up confidence. She hopped on a private jet, posted a story flaunting her legs, and captioned it, "Don't play with me. Play with your mama." It was bold, unapologetic, and exactly the vibe her fans live for. Her followers went wild, flooding her comments with crown emojis and messages telling her to never let anyone disrespect her again. It was like watching a woman rise above the storm, reminding everyone that she's still in control, no matter what happens. Meanwhile, Aaron has been quieter than ever, caught in a brutal lose-lose situation. If he breaks things off with Teyana, he risks looking like a traitor to fans and friends alike. But if he publicly supports her, he opens the door for more dirt and drama from his ex. Insiders say he's desperately trying to keep the whole thing from exploding in court, reportedly negotiating hush money deals to convince his ex not to file a lawsuit. The tension is palpable. Every move he makes is scrutinized, and it feels like the pressure is slowly closing in on him. This messy triangle keeps unraveling, and no one knows what the next explosive chapter will bring. Now, here comes the million-dollar question. Was Teyana wrong for fighting back? Should she have just turned the other cheek, stayed silent, and walked away like the classy celeb everyone expects her to be? Or did she do exactly what most of us wish we could do and push to the absolute edge? Honestly, if you ask me, and feel free to weigh in down in the comments, it's way more complicated than a simple right or wrong. It's easy for outsiders to preach about taking the high road when they're not the ones getting shoved, publicly humiliated, or having their every move filmed and dissected for clout and clicks. One thing is crystal clear. Teyana isn't losing any sleep over the drama. She's already back at work, teasing new music, posting studio snaps, and carrying on like that whole parking lot incident never happened. She's putting her energy where it counts, in her craft and her hustle. But the ex, she's definitely not backing down. Rumor has it she's consulting lawyers, threatening to leak private text messages, and basically turning this drama into her main source of income and attention. So what's next in this tangled mess? Will Teyana have to lawyer up and fight in court? Will Aaron finally step up, grow a backbone, and pick a side in this family feud? Or is this just another chapter in the never-ending headline-grabbing soap opera that is celebrity love triangles? The way things are going, the drama is far from over.